Hey FG fam, let me talk to ya. Yeah, JC here today from Fittest Gamers, and today I present to you all the possible release date for WWE 2K26. And with a tear in my eye, I shall state that I am back home. It's good to be back with you all. I'm never going to go anywhere. I may take breaks from time to time, but I will always be here. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. And why am I doing this video? Because always during this time of year, I do a video talking about when WWE's next 2K game is going to release. This is the perfect time to do it because the past 4 years, we've been knocking out of the park with similar release dates as they are looking towards a WrestleMania season release. When WWE 2K22 came back in business because they took a break after 2K20, well, 2K22 was like, you know what, let's release this during WrestleMania season. Sales went up, WrestleMania views went up. When you link the game with WrestleMania, it just makes perfect sense. The biggest show of the year, the show of all shows, the showcase of the immortals. When it's that season, wrestling is at an all-time high. All eyes are on wrestling, so why not release a game during this season, advertise your game, and boom, sales goes up, views goes up, and everybody's going to be tuned in for WrestleMania. So now with the facts, I'm going to present you all some facts, right? WWE 2K23, when did it release? March 14th, 2023. Now these release dates are probably going to be around the ballpark. It's either going to be when you had the pre-order bonus that you could play 3 days, 4 days before, and it might be the same day of. I can't present to you all like what exact date it was. For the most part, from what I believe, from the research I have made, the dates I'm going to provide for you all were because of that pre-order bonus, or you paid a little extra, you got that special edition, so you get to play it a couple days early, which is what I always do. So 2K23, March 14th, 2023. 2K24, March 8th, 2024. 2K25, March 14th, 2025. What do all these days have in similarities? March. What is March and April in the wrestling universe? WrestleMania season. As I told you all, this works perfectly in March because it ramps up the WrestleMania season. It's a perfect marketing window to release this game when the hype of WWE is at its absolute highest. It just makes perfect sense. So, we could talk about, which fiscal year is going to release. I don't think you all care. I'm going to keep this in layman's terms. I'm not going to keep this astronomical. I'm not going to make this economical. I'm not going to make this an economics class. The point is of the matter, be waiting a March release date. Now, if you want to get a window of an accurate window, right, we're going to match this up with WrestleMania. Usually it releases about 3 weeks before WrestleMania. So in that case, WrestleMania Vegas is 2 nights, obviously. It's April the 18th, Saturday, April the 18th, and Sunday, April the 19th. With that being said, if we go to our calendars and we look at what this date is, this is about the 3rd week in April, give or take, leading us to assume they're going to want the WWE game to come out possibly a month before. And given the possible release dates that we usually get them in, you're either going to get this game releasing, the pre-order bonus is either going to be on a Friday or give or take on a Tuesday. For some reason, it just happens to work that way. So if you want me to show you all what days we're going to be looking at, we're going to be looking at March the 13th, which is a Friday. And then we have March the 17th, which is a Monday. So the 2 ways this is going to work is that if it releases on March the 13th, pre-order bonus, the actual game will release Tuesday, March the 17th. Now, if March the 17th is the pre-order bonus, then the game is going to release on March the 20th, which is a Friday. They usually do that. I don't have an answer as to why they do it, like a clear-cut answer, but that's all I can tell you. March 13th, March 17th, I will put top dollar that is when it's going to possibly release. Now, there is no official release date, but it has been officially stated that it will release in the early 2026. So the purpose of this video is to knock out when it's not going to release. If it's early 2026, it's not going to be January. It's not going to be February because it just doesn't happen that way. Another thing that people could, according to Slam Wrestling, the WWE talent, including NXT wrestlers, predominantly them for some reason, have stated that they have already been doing voiceovers for 2K26. This allows you to believe, and the voiceovers have been happening the past couple of months. This means The March release cycle is going to continue. That's just more addition. That is more juice for the juice, if that makes sense. That is more filling for the cake, or however you want to say it. It's just more facts that makes this more factual. So I hope that this information was pretty accurate to you all. Not accurate, this information is accurate. I hope this information was helpful for those that did not know when this game was going to possibly release. The moral of the story, the facts of the facts, or the fact of the matter is that March 2026 is when we will get our WWE 2K26 release. As for what the game is going to be entailed of, which showcase mode it's going to have, which legends, unfortunately, that information is not out yet. But look no further, because I will try to bring that to you all in a timely manner. I firmly believe the showcase mode, the little details or facts we're going to get for that is going to be sometime in mid to late January around the Royal Rumble. Could be the week of the Royal Rumble, could be after. That's what happened last year. Matter of fact, last year, I believe it happened the Monday after the Royal Rumble, but do not quote me on that. It either happened the Monday after the Rumble, or it happened, I think, during the Monday Night Raw on Netflix debut. I believe it was that one, actually. So either way, around January, we're going to have an idea of which direction they're going to go with this game, what showcase mode we're going to get, if we're going to get a showcase mode, if they're going to bring back Road to WrestleMania, if we're going to have a season mode. I do not know what they're going to bring, but I promise you around January, we're going to get a big first look. And then from that first look, we're going to be able to see new matches they're going to add, new game modes, and once more, what type of showcase mode they're going to do. That's just how it usually works. So that's pretty much all I have for you all. I really hope that was informative. This is kind of like my comeback video. I am going to start doing more IRL videos real soon. So once more, I hope this was informative. I hope you all tune in, leave a like, comment, and sub. Thank you all absolutely so much for the support. So now, well, now is when I go. I am going to do, this is the part where we talk some shop. I am going to probably do some 4K gameplay videos with that don't have commentary for the meantime. I'm heavily considering streaming, but you got to bear with me on how many times I do it. I do need to get the setup a little bit better, but I do want to stream, so we're going to have to see how I make that work. Time will tell. You're just going to have to bear with me and when I do it. So once more, thank you all so much for the support. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to be here as much as I can. Now, as I always say in my videos, remember to brush your teeth, wash your hands, and clean your ass. Remember that God is good. God is real. Miracles do happen, as I'm living proof of those miracles. And as I always say in my videos, remember to say your prayers and eat your vitamins, brothers and sisters, like the great immortal Hulk Hogan, RP, used to say, and John Cena used to say, never give up. Hustle, loyalty, respect, and great things will happen if you follow all of those words and do those things. Make sure you eat, say your prayers, and say your vitamins, please. Great things are going to come. Stay positive, stay hopeful, hit the ground running, and do not stop. I'm JC, baby. Took a little break. Now we're back. Like we never missed. You know how I feel when John Cena came back during that Royal Rumble? I kind of feel that way. But the journey's just beginning, and this is just this is a millimeter of the journey. It's not even a centimeter. This whole YouTube game is just a big part of the plan. So thank you all once more for tuning in. Send this video to your friends. If you enjoyed it, let them know this is when WWE 2K26 will possibly come out. And we're going to go from there. Thank you all so much once more. God bless you all. And now, JC, I'm talking to myself, man. My dude, if you're watching this during the edits, please make sure this is the part where you cue the static. Matter of fact, everybody say it with me. The 3 famous words we always say. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Please cue the static.